Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are here to play some Peace for Our Time. I'm joined here in chat by... Who are you, disembodied voice?
Hello, I'm Marijn. I did the alt history paths for Czechoslovakia and some of the shared diplomacy, the industry priority mechanics, so that kind of stuff. And I can answer all sorts of questions about the DLC if you have any.
Fantastic. So the last time that we streamed this, we did a bit more of an informational stream, so talking a bit about what all the different branches were, what the possibilities were, how the MIOs works, that type of thing. So if you guys are interested in seeing what's in the DLC, I would recommend checking out the previous stream, because that information is there. What we want to do today, because this is a celebration of the release, we are going to be having a bit of fun and playing the game. So my goal now is we're going to do a historical run. We're going to try and survive on historical, refusing Sudetenland. And you're going to help me do it, chat. Probably. So Marijn is going to be there. He's going to be able to answer any questions that may come up. So please do ask them and we will do our best to respond. But we'll also have a bit of fun just playing the game as well, as we didn't get that much game time last time. Because turns out when you've been working on a project like this, it's very easy to just talk for hours about what you've been doing. So we'll do a new single player game, new game. January 1936, I would say, is probably a good start date for us. And then here. So during the Great War, Czech troops fought alongside the Entente forces all over Europe in an effort to secure recognition for their nation. Their efforts were successful and Czechoslovakia rose from the ashes of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Since their explosive entry into statehood, Czechoslovakia formed the Little Entente Alliance with Yugoslavia and Romania with the aim of suppressing Hungary's efforts to restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Although as a resurgent German power grows, the political landscape of Europe is rapidly changing. And with that, we have got the divided nation. In fact, we'll talk about the starting spirits and things when we're actually in the game. So we'll go ahead and select that country. We'll make sure the historical's on. Regular difficulty, because I'm a newbie. Really. And we'll go from there. So is there any brief introduction to your goals when making Czechoslovakia here?
For the most part, it balance-wise, we wanted it to be sort of the same. You have a lot more, as I mentioned the last stream, you have a lot more choice in where you focus your resources. So if you wanted, you could do the entire game only army path. But yeah, you have more choice there in what you invest in. But overall, sort of the balance is similar, ideally. And other than that, sort of historically accurate, but also fun. A lot of shared paths is something, some people might not recognize completely what that means, but basically, regardless what path you choose, you always have a lot of focuses available. So it's not like if you lock into one political path, you only have 10 focuses available and that's it. We've tried to keep especially the diplomacy a bit shared. So there are some.
You're getting Discord audio double, Marijn. Or actually, Gareth.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know why. Let's try muting that. Say something?
Hello.
That's because I think it's coming through my microphone as well. What the hell? Say again?
Good day. This is Czechoslovakia Radio.
Is it still double?
Someone Twitch chat says it is. I'm not sure.
Yes, it is.
We're professionals. You can try doing that one and then Discord. Let's see if I can pipe Discord through a different speaker. I don't think I really want to do that. Say something again?
Hey. How is the weather?
And again?
That's better.
Hello. I'm quickly gonna...
No, I can't hear you, but chat might be able to.
Yes, chat can hear. Yep, that's fine.
It's not fine because then I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, slight issue.
Try that.
Yeah, Marine is currently muted.
Yep, I'm back.
So are we still doubling here? It's back to double, son of a...
So inconvenient. Let me...
Because for some reason your audio is coming through my microphone, and I don't understand why.
Could it be I have some sort of soundboard set up? Because
Yeah, we
that
do,
usually
and
does
these
that.
things are
Yeah.
magical wizardry. I'm going to have to go and grab one of the producers. I have no idea what's going on. I'll be back in a moment.
Fair enough.
So I guess whilst that's going on, Marine, you've been working on Peace for Our Time. What exactly have you been doing as a developer? What's been your role on this project?
Well, first of all, we actually did quite a bit of research. We did more design than we would do with mods. Someone says it's fixed, but
Yep.
I assume that.
I would imagine it's fixed that it's no longer doubled audio, but I don't know if Gareth can hear us.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, compared to mods, we did a lot more research, preparation work, sort of making a design before actually making the tree. So that's notable. And then after that, we obviously made the tree through several steps, and it was tested a lot. If people are concerned about that, and then of course, based on not just bug reports, but also feedback, we improved it based on that. The answer a question on the YouTube before I forget.
Try say something now?
Oh, hello. Is the audio working?
No, still not.
That's a shame.
Because whenever I mute you, then I think it works for everyone else, but then I can't hear you at all.
That's convenient, yeah.
Do you have the Discord audio going through a virtual audio cable?
I have no idea. This is a magical setup that we have here.
Okay.
This is not my home setup. That I can at least troubleshoot.
Twitch says it works, but I don't know if the same for YouTube.
Well, I tell you what, how about whilst you look into that with whoever we have from inside the office, why don't we have Marine go through some questions about what he's...
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few questions in the YouTube chat that I will maybe repeat just for the Twitch audience as well. One of the questions was who made the art, which is partially Abbas, who was on our team, who's also from Road to 56. He made basically all the art except portraits and 3D models. 3D models especially are quite tricky, so some people from Paradox help with that. And another question was how the Little War works and if that also gives Ruthenia to Hungary. Those are two separate conflicts. So there is an invasion of Ruthenia, and there will be a border war, which only gives a bit of XP, some doctrine bonuses, etc., because we haven't added any states there. So yeah, decisions and events there. No state seeding for the Little War because we've kept the states the same, so everything stays compatible.
I think I might got it. I think I might have got it.
Nice.
How are we looking at the moment, chat? Did I fix this? Are we still double?
Yes.
Can you guys say something?
Hello. Is it working?
Nope, it's no doubling. That's absolutely fine.
Yes! Okay, I'll shut the door again and we can get started properly.
Fantastic. What was the issue? He took his headphones off.
Okay, I will answer a quick question. Can you do Operation Anthropoid? Not at the moment, but we will look into it.
Okay, let's play some games. Right, so what was I doing? Oh, so I was setting technologies. Do that one. And then industries. So how do you usually like to set up the industry in Czechoslovakia at the start?
I think build mills right away if you go historical, because I actually saw a guide a while ago which basically said that about 2 years after you stop building civs, you surpass starting with mills immediately, if I explain it correctly. And then, of course, there are some differences with efficiency, etc. But yeah, Czechoslovakia can have a war so early that I think we always just build mills, maybe some industry.
Okay.
I'm not that much of a meta player to know the min-maxing.
And then the other question, which is going to come up fairly soon, will be whether we restore the fortification program or whether we redirect those funds. So I think the focus will start with we raise more industrial funds. This is going to give us factories, which is always nice, industrial concerns, and it will also enable Skoda.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Is there an Austro-Hungarian path? There isn't, but there are focuses that can help you form it. There is still the formable, we didn't remove that or anything, but the expansionist paths are not focused on forming Austria-Hungary.
Readiness of the Armada. The reform efforts of the first half of the decade are starting to bear fruit. The army is currently one of the most modern in Europe, yet a sense of complacency has started to set in among some of the politicians, the heads of the many industrial conglomerates. If our army is to remain at peak readiness, we have to fight against the possible doubts of the army's ability to fight and those who seek to undermine it for their personal gain. So this is giving us the balance of power system for the army readiness. Let's go and take a quick look at that. So we're currently leaning slightly towards being prepared. Chat, generally, as your instruction, would you like us to disband the military and basically just aim purely for production? We can try to get industry going, and then when war seems more likely, switch to being prepared? Or do we want to be prepared from the start? Fraser, could we perhaps get a... Oh, is Fraser listening in? He may not be. I thought he was.
He's not in the VC currently.
No, I just noticed that. Well, I was going to say, well, in fact, you might be able to set this up. Can you set up a straw poll?
I do not have any permissions, I believe. But he might be listening in and able to do it regardless of being in the VC. We'll see in a moment, I guess.
Fraser, are you listening?
Let me adjust something. But did you want to do it for the forts?
Yeah, whether we wanted to... Well, actually, there's going to be two questions here, I guess. The first one is, do we want to keep the forts, or do we want to disband them to get the funding and relocate that? And then also, do we want to trend generally towards prepared army or unprepared army? I might actually be able to set up a straw poll as soon as I work out how this computer works.
Fair enough. I'll quickly answer a community question then. Can you remain with Benesh while refusing Munich? I believe you can, but that is the less optimal option most of the time, because you can promote the General Sorovi, I believe, at that moment, who I believe is the better leader at that moment. They basically, the Czechoslovaks ask for him to be leader, basically, so he's promoted to leader. So, but you can keep Benes as well.
This keyboard is not English. So we wanted to do prepared or unprepared.
Any references to the Czechoslovak Legion? Yes, there is a focus about it. There is an army spirit about it, and you can get an idea about it as well. Welcome back, Fraser.
Thank you. What's up?
We were going to set up a straw poll, but I've just done it. So.
Oh, sorry. Apologies about that. I had to restart my PC.
So there is the straw poll. Whoops. It did not work the way that I intended it to. There we are. There's your straw poll. So get your votes in, whether you think we should have a prepared army or an unprepared army? Do we want to focus on preparing it and having the most powerful possible military that we can have? Or do we focus on industry first in order to then hopefully switch in time for when certain threats may possibly start to arise? Maybe. And we'll let that roll for another minute or two. When will this DLC release? Very soon. Maybe even at the point that this stream ends. In fact, I will share this little secret with you. The intention of this release stream is that we can say live, okay, it's now live, go play it, when it is ready to play. You will be very much informed of that. And I'm getting a bunch of my messages retracted. But I'm the admin. That's kind of fun.
General... Oh, yeah.
Go on.
Go ahead. Is General Josef Sned... Now I have to not butcher the name. I will try. Josef Snezdarek in this DLC. Yes, he is. He is in some of the alt history paths, I believe. And then there was also a question. Do you plan on adding stuff to the Czechoslovakia based on feedback? Yes, we will do some post-release patches. So if there is any feedback, we will take it into account and potentially add some of the suggestions.
And you already have been. I know that you guys have been very active on the forums and the like, collecting that feedback. And also we, on our end, have been forwarding feedback that we also notice. So there is definitely a process for that in place for gathering all of that and making decisions about how we can include it.
Yeah, I can spoiler that, for example, there were some requests for historical aces, which we were able to add a few of. And there was also a request, spoiler, about the Czech corridor in the foreign diplomacy branch, which we are also working on implementing. So that will likely follow in a follow-up patch, because we need to test, etc., and make sure that it's bug-free before it actually gets included in the DLC.
Okay, so while that was running in the background, we have now completed that first focus. We've got the Skoda Works. Skoda Works company produces a wide range of products from artillery to tanks, trains, and naval guns. Yeah, Navy. This results in a lot of versatility by shifting resources to where demand is the highest, which we can now partly direct. So we've enabled the Skoda system, which I will go on to in just a moment. Also, the poll results are in, and it was pretty overwhelmingly in favor of prepared. So decisions we make in the future will be setting preparedness towards prepared. The next decision, because I know that there is a timer going on in the background here, the fate of the Fortification Council, I'd quite like to finish the focus related to that before that time's out. So if we head over here, we can see we have redirect Fortification Council funds, which will give us a debuff on building forts for 3 years. Army readiness moves entirely towards unprepared, and we do get some industrial bonuses. Or we can start the second fortification program, which basically does the opposite. So it's going to help us set up the fortifications. It's going to increase the maximum land fort level by 1, which is going to be super nice, and also gives us a political advisor who can help us in constructing forts. And we don't get the penalties. So chat, this is going to be the second straw poll, which I will set up in just a second. And we will make a decision about which direction we want to go there. So this is Fortification Council, and it's going to be redirect funds or build the wall. Okay, votes in. Get your votes in, everyone. Oh, no, you can't, because I'm giving you the link. That would probably help. So there's the link for that. And over here, there's the link for that one. So get your votes in for that. And while that is being collated, let's talk about the Skoda system. Marijn, do you want to talk us through the Skoda system?
Yeah, sure. You can show it a bit in game. It basically allows you, because Czechoslovakia has a huge complex of military industries, to decide where to focus your efforts. So it's sort of related to an industrial company, but an additional one which is more flexible. And your bonuses will gradually scale up as you stay on one focus. So if you want to focus on sort of civilian industries, and stay on that for a while, those bonuses will scale up. There's also some small downsides. And then if you want to switch to a different focus, for example, to get some industrial focuses done, which might require a military focus, then the efficiency will drop and then slowly build up again. So you are sort of rewarded for focusing on one thing while still being able to switch around dynamically as you find your requirements changing. For example, one of the things I found is that early game you might want to do some industry, then later you want to do some infantry, and then maybe later you go into more tanks and planes and you can switch to one of those too.
Although I'm currently wondering at the moment, because the infantry focus actually gives us a bonus to military factory construction speed, whereas heavy industry gives us a penalty. So I'm kind of wondering, if we're going for heavy military anyway, do we want to switch to infantry now?
I think if you are playing historical, going infantry right away is quite viable, just because Germany is coming knocking at your door quite soon.
All right, let's go and switch to that. And this has also opened up the Kickstart Rapid rearmament. So you can see here some of the focuses have these little icons which indicate which of the Skoda priorities you need to have active, or if you need to hit a certain optimization tier. So we can see here that the Diversify Batar needs to have level 4, whereas the Kickstart Rapid rearmament requires it to not be industrial, if I remember correctly. This will also remove the industrialist veto, which I think will actually allow us to start mobilizing. Yes, it would. Maybe we want to do that next. What are your thoughts, Marine? Oh no, we need to choose our fortification program. What was the result?
Yeah.
Build the wall. So we're going to start the second fortification program. But after this is done, we need to think about which focus to go after that.
I'm quite surprised the chat isn't eager to completely sabotage your efforts right now.
Yeah.
I thought they would eagerly say no forts, no military, go full on in on Germany.
Well, I know the first time I played this, I said no to the forts and no to the military. And I just tried to build up my industry as quickly as possible. And I had a pretty impressive industry. Unfortunately, I mistimed it. So Germany attacked when I still had like level 4 forts. Because I'd only just started rebuilding it all. So I just wasn't quite ready yet.
I see a few people are curious about your country leader. So maybe you could quickly hover over him at some point for his traits as well.
Milan Hodza.
I saw someone mention that he is a Slovak politician, but that's just his ethnicity. He is also the Czechoslovak premier at game start, so we changed him as the new country leader. I see more people are curious about it. Yeah, he indeed was a prime minister, and then Benesh was the president. And of course, it's a bit controversial who was actually in charge. But we thought at game start it Hodja, and then later it becomes Benesh. So that's the explanation there. And
you actually start with Benesh as an advisor who you can't fire. So he already has an impact early on.
Exactly. We didn't forget about him.
Yeah, and then there was also Tatanek, the father of the nation, who also has an impact. So there's basically 3 people at the head of the government at this point, I guess. Although no, Tatanek is retired. I'm reading the little descriptor at the moment. So he's already retired, but he still has an influence over Czechoslovak politics, I should say. Anyway, the Fortification Council is done, so we need to choose our next focus. I'm thinking probably Kickstart Rapid Rearmament. Get those military factories going, because that's going to give us a plus 15% construction speed, getting rid of the industrialists.
Yeah, both work.
Let's do that one. Seeing as it became available because we switched to infantry.
Yeah, it gives a few penalties for militarizing quickly, but there is some valid choices there.
And we also wanted to start moving more towards the balance of power. So we are generating some command power. So I'm thinking maybe we want to send some observers to Ethiopia. That's going to give us a bit more army readiness. And it's quite cheap because we don't really need command power at this moment. So yes, I'm going to make an executive decision and choose we're going to do that. The threat of German rearmament. The German Reich's recent remilitarization of the Rhineland has scared some of our military and political leaders. While many have faith in the alliances that the country has made and the preparations the army is currently making to face the possibility of a German threat, some, however, are not as confident that we can stand against any German threat. So, threatening neighbours to army readiness, weekly balance of power changes -1. Ooh, it's actually going down. Well, that's not good. Maybe we should host some field exercises. Well, maybe not yet. Oh, we could also put in some guns. Because one thing we're producing a lot of is guns. So if we lose 500, for 30 days we get some army experience, which is always helpful. And also a whopping 20% increase in prepared army. However, if we do that, is that reducing our factory construction speed at all? Nope. I would say that's probably a good move. Let's do that. Live firing. Let's go. Zbrowiaka Brno scheme. Ethiopia has made contact with representatives of the Zbrowiaka Brno arms manufacturer and is interested in smuggling our guns into the country. Despite the League of Nations sanctions against Ethiopia, Zbrowiaka Brno is willing to go through with this scheme. Violating the League of Nations mandate will prove unpopular internationally if we get caught. So what do we think? Should we go ahead and do it? This will give us some extra funds. And this is for an MIO. Which MIO is that? Infantry weapons. So that's one that we really do actually care about. However, it's going to annoy Britain, France, and Italy if we get caught, which is a fairly high chance, 75% chance of being caught. Or we just say no. I'm not going to do a full poll on this one. I'm just going to look at chat and judge. Do you think we should do it or should we not? So you say yes, do it, or no, don't. Just going to do a very quick read chat of this. And also, we are producing guns and we already have the MIO set properly. Nice! So we're making loads of guns. Do it. No. Yes. Yes. No. Okay, this sounds like it might actually be fairly even.
It actually is, yeah.
Remarkably. Oh no, there's all the yeses. Okay, no, yeses are definitely coming out first. All right, we're doing it. Now, how do we know if we get caught? Will it tell
I think
us?
a follow-up event.
Okay. And I'll get some mechanical computing. And we could afford an advisor, because they're only 75, although there are a bunch who are 150. Do you have any favorite advisors you like to get in the beginning?
Ooh, I think the industry tree unlocks some really good ones. Other than that, mainly either the ideology switching ones if you're going autist, and if you're going historical, then there are some really good ones for political power. So some of those.
So what you're saying is wait until we've actually started a bit more down the industry and then get one.
I think if you do some focus, it unlocks some really good ones. Of course, that's also because you have to make some choices. So those are a bit more specialized, those advisors.
All right, well, we just got the Kickstart Rapid Rearmament, so which focus next? Central Bohemia plan would get us more factory slots.
Don't forget about your fortification decisions.
Oh, geez, yeah. I'll look at those in a second. See, I forgot there were decisions, because in my game I was just like, nah, screw the fortifications. Who needs them? Overrated. Or we can balance out the industrial development efforts, which gives us infrastructure construction speed, which is usually what I favour. But we're not really doing that. This would also give us bonus to electronics, research speed, and then would give us a research slot after a year. Oh, I really like that mechanic. That's so nice. Or this one just gives us one straight away.
Yeah, I think Logan did quite a good job there in making the mutual exclusive focus actually somewhat, they are both somewhat good. Because in some trees there are just like, I always do the same one. But here, I end up doing actually different ones sometimes.
I just really like the idea that you spend a year and then after the year you get the research slot. Like that's really elegant. I like that a lot. This is giving daily fascism support, which oh no, that's a political advisor. I'm kind of leaning towards balance out industrial development efforts. Production efficiency is always nice. This one does give us the extra factory. Factories in state. I don't know that we're necessarily going to live long enough to worry about factories in state. So I'm going to go with this one for now. When does this DLC release? Soon, TM. Stay tuned to this stream, and we will tell you as soon as it is available. We'll also play you the trailer for the release as soon as the game is out. And people are like, boom, trailer, and then you can play it. Balance out industrial development efforts is done. We also have some basic machine tools. Let's do the tech first of all. I'm going to go concentrated because I am a concentrated aficionado. And then stock schemes. No, we want to get the educational disparities. Yeah. Because then we can start the 1 year timer sooner. Let's do that. Is this an update or a DLC? Both. So there is an update accompanying this DLC, which was announced in the patch notes yesterday. Fraser's disappeared again. So Fraser, if you were listening, can you please put a link to the patch notes? That would be very helpful. And then the DLC itself is available today, which has the paid for content.
There will be an extra post today with some extra info on the update.
Nice. Let's go soft attack and liability. 2 bonuses are better than 1. All right, those educational disparities have been shrunk. Now, we have a bit of a problem. To go further down this part of the industrial branch, we would need to switch back to heavy industry. We're already at level 3 optimization, though. I kind of like just getting lots of guns. I mean, we can also do the joint stock schemes, which would give us industrial concerns, although that's for fighters and trucks. We could also continue the army relocation, which moves stuff more towards Slovakia. Or we could start doing some of the military things. Also decisions, right, before I forget, decisions. Let's start fortifying the Sudetenland. So let's start the second Sudetenland fortification program. Takes 175 days. Land fort construction speed will be slow, but once it's gone, we get some supply combat penalty reductions. We get level forts set to level 3, so not just 3 levels. Let's do that. It's only going to cost us 1 factory. That seems reasonable to me. And then I think I'm going to do the joint stock schemes, just because that leads to other stuff. Now, we definitely have enough political power to hire somebody, so we could get a captain of industry, but we're not really doing those things. Political power gain, stability, democratic support. I don't think we really need democracy support. We're already at 71%. That's pretty good. Prolific advisor, that's for air stuff. Nice. Economist. Oh, the economist is good. Consumer goods factories factor and production efficiency cap. If we really want to double down on just making lots of guns. Factory output. Oh, here we go. Military factory construction speed. I think we have a winner. This is also going to move us more towards preparedness as well. And we're at 46%, so we're almost at the threshold to hit the next tier. Why does Czechoslovakia only have 3 research slots? Can you change it? Yes. In fact, we have got a thing which is ticking down at the moment, which in a year will give us a 4th slot. It's this one. So when this national spirit is removed, which is going to be on the 29th of July, 1937, we get our 1st slot. So, yes. How many can Czechoslovakia get? Can they get 5?
Yes, it can. There is, I believe, another research slot at in the military branch. There is one, I remember. I believe it's in the armor branch, where basically you start a new research center for the armor, and that gives another one. And then there might be one at the very end of the industrial branch, but I can't remember that for sure. I will look that up.
Fortification maintenance efforts. We've done that. 125 days, we have slower fort construction, but we're not building any anyway. Don't really care about the repair speed, but this does give us, for free, just army readiness. That seems like a reasonable idea. Let's do that. Okay, so we have now got the joint stock schemes, and we have actually hit level 4 optimization. So we could immediately do the diversify batas, which gives us 2 more civilian factories, also gives us another industrial concern. We should probably take a look at which ones are available. We could also do Praga, which gives us factory output on Skoda Works. That's quite nice. And I think those are automotive and also a military factory. This also gives a mill. I think I'm going to start diversifying though. Yeah. And once these become available, we'll take a look at those as well. Can you please put the music on? Is the music not playing? Is this another of our issues? Yeah, where's my mouse gone? Ah, right. I turned off the desktop audio. But that should be capturing desktop. Why isn't it? No, because I switched to default. Alright, bear with me a second. Let's find the right one. It's not that. It's not that. Not that. Why do you have more options? Well, actually, one other thing I can do, let's just play with this. I'm going to add another audio output. Oh, that's already set to desktop audio. I'm just trying all of the different audio tracks we have and see which one actually picks up the audio that we're looking for. So far, none of them. Also, the list keeps changing. We might be out of luck on the game audio. Yeah, I think we are. That because it's been muted here. No, I don't think so. Ah. Okay, it's that. Yeah, sorry chat. I have no idea how to turn the audio on. I've tried every single audio device on this PC and it's not playing. I don't want to interrupt things too much. So sorry. You'll just need to wait until you get the game yourself. And when you are playing Peace for Our Time, you'll be able to hear the lovely new soundtrack stuff. All right. Okay, so we've got some factories available. We've built the factories that we started doing earlier. I think I'm just going to continue building in Moravia and then Western Slovakia. There's going to be another 4 queued up. We are currently at 12 factories. It's quite good. With that in mind, let's take a look at our templates. So we do have artillery. Well, basically we need artillery, support equipment, and guns. So maybe we start producing some of those. That would be smart. So we go for the artillery. We go for the support equipment. We'll go for trains using the new train MIO. And actually, I want to take a look at that. I'm curious to see what's been added.
Look at that.
Thank you. Look what I just got. Peace for Our Time celebration thing. Having a celebratory speaker upstairs. Also, this is Pera. I don't know if you guys have seen Pera before. This is the community manager.
I think I've done this once before.
You have?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. Join us.
I want to. We're just before release.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ready. Yeah.
But thank you for this.
I will join again soon.
I will enjoy it soon. But this is one of the perks definitely of working at Paradox. Afika's here. Phenomenal. Will there be a Gareth DLC? I mean, you get me for the streams. Surprise community manager. Right, before I was so rudely interrupted, what else was I producing? I was getting artillery, support equipment, trains. Right, I was going to get trucks. I think I'm just going to put one factory on trucks. So we'll drop that a little bit. We're still going to be doing primarily guns, although I think I do want to have a bit more artillery. So let's do something like this. And then we're also going to just start training some infantry. Do we need to edit these templates at all? 15 combat width is a bit too low, so I think I might add a bit more artillery and maybe one more infantry. That gives me an idea of what we're going to need. I'm old school. I still go for the 7-2 templates. Which countries are being updated? Czechoslovakia. I'm gonna feel so
And
bad.
Ruthenia and Slovakia will get tiny bits of flavor sprinkled in.
I need to have some of this cake. I'm sorry.
Don't think I see any new questions yet on the DLC other than that.
Carrot cake, lovely. There is something about the sauce you get on a carrot cake that's just so nice. I could honestly just make a bowl of whatever that sauce is and just be eating it. Become quite fond of the 9-3 templates. Yeah, I've used those a little bit, especially with the new artillery doctrines. But the oldie goldie ones, still for me. And what other unit types did we have? We had infantry. I'm just going to split them out so I can take a better look. We finished that. I'll get back to that in a minute. We have some cavalry. We have tanks and we have motorized. I'm going to put the cavalry and the tanks in together. We are Czechoslovakia, so we probably should take a look at making some tanks. Although if we're being purely defensive, they're a little bit less useful. We could devalue the Koruna. Gives us even more production efficiency and factory growth. Loses us a bit of stability, but stability is still okay. Consumer goods factory. Oh, weekly stability growth for a year. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, we should definitely do that. That's a fantastic option. We're doing that. Chinese United Front has formed. There we go. Concentrated industry is done. I usually like going a little bit ahead of time on construction. I think it's one of the most powerful modifiers in the game. More construction means more factories, means more good. And we've got spare military factories, right? Is there anything that we really need? What are we low on? We're very low on artillery. We're very low on support equipment. We're also quite low on light tanks. Also fighters. That's true. We probably should invest in aircraft. Or AA. Probably AA. Let's start making some AA. That's AA. Get that going. And we probably also want to try to add those to our divisions. So maybe what we should do is just have our units just continuously train, especially the infantry. Give us that ticking upgrade. Also, we could get a chief of army. This would give us some more experience to play with. So division defense seems like it might be quite useful. Division offense just means more damage. Or non-combat out of supply penalties I don't think is as useful. And you get maximum command power. Oh, interesting. But no, I think we're going to go for defense. We're going to try and keep our people alive to fight another day. There's the better support equipment. But we are in the time when we can do more industrial stuff. Basically, my rule for doing this is I will do industry as long as the time to research is less than 1 year. So I will go ahead of time. And this is one of the very, very, very few categories that I will go ahead of time on. Generally, I don't like to because I feel like it's inefficient. But for industry, as long as the actual time taken is less than a year, it's good to go. Little tidbits there for you. And kind of the same with this. Now, I know that this is going to get cheaper as the year goes on. Basically, you can save up to 1 month of tech time. So I'm just going to let that queue up, and then we're just going to take that for tech bonus. When you do the train to Australia, please add the C-38 or the 6000 class of the armoured trains. I will take a look. I don't remember what we've done for trains. But if you post that on the forums or DM me on the forums, I will take a look at those. Fortification project is finished! Huzzah! Our most recent fortification project has been completed and the resources are available to start another project. Our engineers are starting to deploy to another location and are ready to deploy to another location at a moment's notice to start the groundwork on a new fortification line. Fantastic. Well, first of all, I'm going to do this. So this is the other place where I'm happy to go a year ahead of time, is for more research speed, because that will basically pay for itself. Then we can start the next fortification program. So we got the third Sudetenland fortification program, which gets us up to level 5. And I like the sound of that, although it does get increasingly more expensive. Oh, and this time... Oh, fortification research is different. Aha. Okay. And then we have another focus. Czechoslovakia Legion gives us cold stuff. Right, we haven't done any political things yet. Maybe we should look at that, although I am very much of the school of industry comes first. Praga contracts would give us another factory. Army relocation scheme would give us building slots. It does give us factory construction speed, actually. Power grid gives a bunch of building slots. But I don't think building slots are so much our problem right now. So maybe it's time to do the political thing. So which is the political branch, Marine?
Yeah, we noticed that in late game, Czechoslovakia can be very short on building slots, so that's why some of the focus have them.
Yeah,
So yeah, we have the appeal to the caste, or focus for alt history, monarchist and fascist, and then we have coalition building, which is historical and the actually historical, the alt democratic path and the communist path. I think if you wanted to build a little entente against Germany, you would go coalition building, which I think on historical might be the nicest. And if you want, you could do a poll on which sub-branch of that political path you want to do.
So would that be negotiating with the autonomous bloc?
That is the alternate democratic path, and given to the Benesh faction is the historical one. And then to the right, of course, is the communist path.
Yeah. Looking at the two democratic ones, which is the one that has to do with the Little Entente?
But actually, both can do them, and the communist path as well. It's to the right if you scroll a bit. It's a shared branch, which all three can do.
Gotcha. Wait, what?
It's the stuff left of Legacy of the Legion. So Legacy of the Legion, all paths can do, but Forgive Trade Debts and Vulnerable 20, the democratic and communist paths can do.
I'm apparently blind. Okay. So we can do that, but that requires coalition building. So maybe we do coalition building and then we think about whether to do improve. Oh no, these aren't mutually exclusive. So yes, we can start looking at those. Cool.
If you do get Poland or Austria, it becomes a lot easier to defend against Germany if you wanted to do that.
Yep, sounds good. We'll go for that one. Although I still like the idea of trying to like stand alone against the might of Germany. But so far I have failed miserably at actually succeeding at that path. It's hard, as it should be. What is CEST? Central European Summertime. We have more military factories. We have one additional. What should we make? We also have some infantry that's almost ready. We could actually do a small manpower soon. What are we short on? Artillery still primarily. I might actually put you onto fighters though. No, we were going to do AA instead of fighters and we still need to pay for that. So right now I'm going to put you into artillery. We may need to start thinking about buying some equipment. And I need to update the templates to have AA. So I'm going to put you as line AA to really double down on that. And then I'm going to get one more infantry. So we're going to go with 21 combat width. Do we want any other support stuff? We probably want army recon so we can upgrade the damage of our artillery. That's looking like a pretty good template to me. Bit low on organization, but we can fix that with doctrines. Bridging the divide. The Great Depression has done our nation no favours, economically or politically. Many regional economic and political issues plague us, and they seem to be getting worse even in the face of the miraculous recovery from the Great Depression. We need to tackle these issues before they divide the nation further, so this unlocks the decision to allow us to remove the negative state modifiers on the core states. We should take a look at that. Completing these decisions will also lower the negative modifiers on the divided nation national spirit until it is removed. Cool. So if we take a look here, we can see Bohemia, shortage of skilled Czech workers, gives us some economic penalties. But then if we go over here to Slovakia, we can see uneven economic development penalty. Western Slovakia actually gives us some bonuses because it's balanced. Oh, I see economic development and industrial. Then we go to like Ruthenia. Kind of the same as Slovakia. Interesting. Okay, so that has given us some decisions, which we can do some things with. Now, one thing I would like to try to do is keep the nation together rather than fragmenting it. So maybe we should build Slovakia up a bit more, just to keep them happy. I think that's probably a good idea. Infrastructure construction speed, railway construction speed. So these aren't that good, but what's good for us is it reduces the divided nation penalties and also removes the uneven economic development. Let's get that one going. Can only get one of those going at a time, but that is fine. Right, new focus. Now we can do the forgive the trade debt. So maybe we do that in order to start working on the little Entente. I think that is probably a good idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Someone was asking if there's a secret Adolf version for Czechoslovakia, but no, there isn't. In case people don't know, there are like hidden versions, for example, on Greece, where a silly version of him appears.
Yeah, we have that for Hitler and also for Trotsky. It's kind of an ongoing joke in the office. It's like, we need to find another Trotsky path or put Trotsky in another country.
I don't know if it's true, but one of the Route 56 fellow devs at some point said that it's possible to duplicate Hitler, where he's basically in two countries if you get insanely lucky somehow.
Huh.
Or unlucky, rather.
I knew that was possible for like Eisenhower and MacArthur, because you could send him to China as well as keep him in the US. But I think we fixed that one with the Philippines update.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, forgive trade debts is done, so I think we should probably formalize a little Entente. Yeah. Nations in the region will be more likely to purchase our weapons from the international market. Ooh. I'll need to talk to you about how you've done that. Interesting. I'll need to look into that one. This is my CD brain going, ooh, sorry, content designer brain. Okay, formalize the Little Entente, mainly aimed at containing Hungary. The Little Entente has the potential to become a serious alliance with a sizable army. Let's go. Bridging the divide in Slovakia. Recent efforts to solve the issues in the Czechoslovak Republic have been successful in alleviating anger towards the central government, at least for the time being. Our government's resources are now freed up to commit to other social or economic programs that continue to fight issues that are dividing the country. Lovely jubbly. So let's get another one of those going. Well, the only ones that we can afford right now are the education efforts. Oh, this also gets rid of the shortage of skilled Czech workers, which increases construction speed of factories. That sounds like a good plan to me. We need Henry Scarlets. I get that reference. I still need to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I've had it for a while.
I haven't installed as well.
Just haven't played it yet.
Same here.
Hindenburg was disastrous. The USA is neutral. Bridging the gap with Czech workers. Right, so we have enough political power to do a couple of these different things. Integration efforts gets rid of Polish separatism, which I think might become a problem later. Let's do that one. We're going to invest quite heavily in trying to keep the country together. Let's take a look at what, yeah, divided nation, there it is. So it's losing us quite a lot of political power at the moment. Stability is being quite negatively affected, and then also ideology drift defense. We have political, I'm sorry, not political, manpower, the other type of power. Let's go and get some more divisions and training. And I'm going to go ahead and deploy these two, I think. We are really low on some equipment. I'm going to stop you guys training because that's just draining stuff. Except for the new guys. So we'll do shift click As long as it has the little... Oops, why is that not working? Oh, it's the wrong unit. Duh. As long as it has the little red circle there, that means it will only train the units that are currently below regular status, and they will train up to regular and then stop. It's a very useful shortcut to use. We're also quite short on steel. I think I will purchase some steel. Who do we buy it from? Well, France is going to be a member of the Little Entente, right?
You can basically invite them, and if you form the Little Entente yourself, you will basically propose, okay, we invite you, and in return for actually joining, you get to be leader.
Okay.
Which is, I think, in that way a bit unique. I think we also added 2 faction merging events. So there is actually 2 circumstances in which you can join people's faction or get them into your faction, and it will pull all the members in the faction that they were already in along. So that's sort of new. And you can also basically propose to France to invite people to the Little Entente. So you can basically keep doing focus like ally Poland, despite France being the faction leader.
Gotcha. So I'm thinking we start with ally Poland, so we don't need France's say-so, and then we get France to become the leader after we've already built the faction up a bit.
Yeah, Poland's quite a strong ally.
Yes, I would imagine so.
And if you don't get them, Austria is also an option to really screw over the Germans.
All right, let's get Poland. I'm also going to improve relations, because that usually helps. Let's give that a go.
As some people might have seen, there was a focus to invade Hungary, but to not undermine the Axis too much. I wonder what happened there. Maybe military strength. To not undermine the Axis too much, Germany gets an event if they're going historical and you're invading Hungary, where basically they can say, no, you can't do that, and they will put a guarantee just so you can't destroy the Axis before it forms.
Gotcha. It's quite good. Right, so we have another technology. This one should be improved machine tools, so we can get that production efficiency up and running. Okay, another divide has been successfully bridged. Let's try and do integration efforts in southern Slovakia. Working our way through all of those. It's also giving us more political power, which means we can do more of those faster. Did that fortification effort finish? No, that's still going for another 158 days. Lots of people taking power in various different places. Research. Okay, so we got the extra construction and building slots. I think right now what I probably want to do is try to upgrade my artillery, seeing as we're using it quite aggressively. And there we are. We've improved the Balkan trade relations. Poland is still not available, so I think we need to build more troops. However, Romania is now available. I think I'm going to go for Romania. We could also try to ally Hungary. I mean, that would certainly neutralize them. Let's go for Romania first, though. Let's do the easier options. We will also improve relations with them. Try to keep them a bit positive. And we have our first research slot. Huzzah! So with that, it is 37. I think that's ahead of time. Let's get some radio. For all that radio goo-goo and radio gaga. Another divide has been bridged. Apparently we're very good at building bridges. Next up, we are going to do Ruthenia economic investment. No, we're not. That's too expensive. Gonna wait 2 days. Now we're going to do it. And that's all we got the ability to do. Romania has joined the Little Entente. Huzzah! Kingdom of Romania has decided to accept our offer to join the Little Entente. Henceforth, we shall stand or fall together. So Poland is still not available. Oh, we could go for Yugoslavia. That's another big boy. How are the borders there looking? So Yugoslavia, we would not immediately be able to get to. We would need Austria. And getting Austria
That's why.
before Anschluss.
Yeah, that's why also someone suggested the Czech corridor, which we will add. So if you ally Yugoslavia, you can then after that say, well, I want Burgenland from Austria. And that actually neatly fits to make a connection.
Very nice.
I didn't actually know if it actually connected to both points, but it does. So you can then move troops across.
That's a very good way of doing it.
It's a bit cursed, but it works.
Okay. Seeing as the Little Entente was ostensibly set up to counter Hungary, do we want to bring Hungary into this? I think this deserves another poll. All right, so Hungary. Are we Hungary? For Hungary. Yes, invite. Or no, stay out. All right, create the poll. Poll is created. And there is the poll, everyone. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Okay, so while that is happening, I'm going to take a moment to take a look at a bit more of the focus tree. So we have Von Apo here, which would give us an intelligence agency and allow us to do some upgrades. So it would also allow us to start spying on the Soviets, which seems a little bit early for that. We get the Trenok Ironworks, which is another civilian factory. It also gives us the industrial concern. Although at the moment we're using all of our political power, basically as soon as it comes in. So I don't know that we have the time for that. Or the resources, I should say. We're almost certainly going to do the diplomatic things. We could also give in to Benesh or negotiate with the autonomous. Popularity in online goes down a lot. We do lose some stability going that way with Benesh. Army readiness improves. Wait, we're at 8%? Man, that's really sunk. No, we're at 3%.
It must have gradually ticked down, yeah.
Yep, I think it's time for some more live firing. Bang, bang, bang.
If you go down the military branch, it becomes a lot easier to keep it high because you get extra BOP decisions.
Yeah.
But you might want to do some politics first to get political power, I think. Then you can also get some of the really nice advisors.
I think we want to especially try to get Austria first because I'm aware of the looming threat of Anschluss. So we have got the votes come in and 65% of you said that yes, we should invite them. So let's go ahead and ally the Kingdom of Hungary. We'll see what they say to that. And just, oh no, I don't have the points to actually improve relations. No, I do. Except that's going to cancel immediately because we don't have enough to actually maintain. Now we do. So let's see if we can get the Hungarians in.
Wait, did you just improve with Austria?
No, Hungary.
Ah.
Wait, it was Austria. Oops. Oh well, the Austrians are going to like us some more. Tomasz Masaryk has passed away. Masaryk was a stabilizing figure in Czechoslovak politics for well over 2 decades. When coalitions were thought impossible to build and political impasses too big to overcome, Masaryk, time after time, was able to pull up political miracles to help strengthen and grow Czechoslovakia to what it is today. His presence will be greatly missed and will be felt throughout the nation. Oof. Lose 15 stability. He was quite a good stabilizing influence. That's another divide successfully bridged. But now I'm going to save the political power to try and improve relations with Hungary, although I think that's going to be too late. They refuse. Oh well, it's their loss. That does mean we can now get Austria. But I'm going to wait 3 days, because I'm going to bank up some political power, and actually while we're waiting on the national focus, we're actually getting double the political power, because there is actually a 1 political power per day upkeep for having a national focus. I know there are some people who did not know that. So we are going... Right, we already improved relations with Austria. I didn't need to do that. Never mind. Let's get Austria. And then I think I'm going to start improving relations with Yugoslavia because that would be quite the coup to get on our side. especially if they can actually get through Austria. And then after that, we need to start focusing on Poland. Meanwhile, we can deploy some more troops. Let's get them out on the field. Oops, I did not mean to add a unit. I meant to do that. And then shift click on you, add to this, train. And I'm also going to start spreading you around the country a bit. Just going to use the garrison order. This is mostly because I'm aware that I deployed a bunch of them in the mountains. So I'm going to send them to stand on victory points and supply hubs. So they have supply and can take less attrition. We also have free civilian factories. I think I would like to continue building more military factories, please and thank you. France and Britain have announced an alliance. So are we going to be able to get them after they've done that?
I think not with France.
Oh dear. Well, we got Austria, so our faction is growing. Yeah, it's just Yugoslavia and Poland now. We can try to ally Poland, and I think we want to do that now. And then after that, we'll try and get Yugoslavia. And also, let's take a look at the requirements for seek French leadership. So, no.
Something I mentioned last stream as well is that Hungary and Poland do have an event option where they can offer to join your faction if you give them one of the states they claim. So in Hungary's case, that will be southern Slovakia, and in Poland's case, it's the state that I forgot the name of.
Oh.
But basically, that's one of the options you get. But of course, is it worth it to pay that state to get them to join or not is a decision you can make.
I mean, we already gave Hungary the option. We offered them the hand of peace, and they punched us in the face and said no. So, no. Then let's see. That's still a little too far ahead of time for my taste. Fuel refining we don't need so much. We just haven't done any investment on tanks. You know what? Nope, that's also ahead of time. Let's get more support equipment. Not support equipment, support weapons. That's the word. Poland offers conditional alliance. See, Poland, I'm okay with doing this. Yeah, I'll allow it. All right, so we got Poland on side. And now we're going to try and get Yugoslavia. And then the only one that we failed to do is Hungary and also technically France. Fortification project has finished. Huzzah! Oh yes, and I also need to continue doing these. But let's do the fortification first of all. So we've got the research that we can do. Gives us research buff for fortification engineering. Also gives us stronghold network research speed and fortification engineering research speed. Okay, we don't need that right now. We could do the 4th upgrade, which gets us to level 7. 325 days. That's going to be like October 38.
We're so slightly short, probably.
Yeah. But they set to level 7, so it might happen even when we're already defending. So I'm going to do it anyway. And hopefully we haven't died yet. Especially as we have a lot of allies. So the Germans aren't going to be concentrating against just us. Let's get some cheaper artillery going. How are we doing for shortages? We have loads of guns, so I can cut down on that, and I probably should. So let's do another factory on you, another factory on you, and another factory on you. And how are we doing on trains? We have 19. Let's get to maybe 25, and then we'll cut them down. More of those. And we have enough for our doctrine. And I do like the idea of getting one. So which doctrine do we want to go for? Mobile warfare, I would say, is probably out. Mass assault is probably out. I don't think we're really big enough for that. Superior firepower, we are employing quite a lot of artillery. So having superior firepower makes sense from just the perspective of doing damage. Or we could do Grand Battle Plan, which I think is going to be a bit more aggressive, but it does have the 5% more max entrenchment. I'm leaning towards superior firepower, but I think that this is going to be another of those excellent opportunities to do another poll. Oops. Great poll. Which, what are these called? Doctrine. Question mark. So the two options are superior firepower and grand assault. Oh, grand battle plan. Not grand. All right. That has been created. Let's go ahead and share that.
I like how the options are superior firepower, superior firepower, grand battle plan, and then suddenly pineapple belongs on pizza.
What?
Ah, yes. It was very out of context.
Oh, I see over there. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to Jack later and be like, hey, we need a pineapple and pizza grand doctrine now. Oh, this is really even. Every vote's going to matter here. Like, there are 2 votes separating them. So get your votes in. Vote. When does the DLC release to be played? It will release at the end of this stream. So if you stay tuned, I will be able to announce live when it is available. And when I do that, we'll roll the trailers. You can check that out here as well. And then, yeah, it'll be available. And then I can eat some more cake. In fact, you know what? While this poll is going, it's still so close. I'm going to give it another minute or so. I'm going to have some more cake because I was delivered this earlier. See, it's a lovely piece for our time. Cake there with a large bite taken out for some reason.
Piece of cake for our time.
Cake for our time. Oh, it's so tasty. What cake is it? Carrot cake. Okay, so the votes have slowed down a little bit. There are still only 4 votes separating the two. But it is ultimately the superior firepower that has won out. But wow, was that close. So we'll go ahead and unlock you. And then we need to think about what we want to do here. Usually I go for operations first because these tend to have the biggest impact on organization, which I think has one of the biggest impacts. There are probably 2 doctrines that we are going to want to get. The first one I'm thinking is mission type tactics, because the amount of organization you get with this is huge. And we just want to have the ability to just stand there and take some punishment. And the more organization you have, the more punishment you can take. Could also potentially do like grand assault. Would that really be helpful? No, that's more of an attack thing. No, I think in this case, it's going to be a fairly clear mission type tactics. And then the other one we're going to want is infantry. We want to get defensive postures. Get that entrenchment. 20% more entrenchment when we're already in forts and things is going to be phenomenal. So those are our next objectives. So that is going to require 100 army experience. So we're a ways away from that yet. Also, we have enough resources to invest in the divided nation once more. So now I think we're going to invest in Eastern Slovakia. Continue getting those penalties down. And speaking of which, where are we at with the divided nation penalties? So we're still 0.3 political power. We're down to just 10% stability penalty. So the stability is steadily rising. We also have more than the 25 war support that we would need to get to partial mobilization, which would be another good get. Although if we're going to go to war soon-ish, maybe we'll just wait for more economy. Okay, so we got the research. That's going to be 2 years ahead of time. Not really worthwhile. That is a year ahead of time, but we're still above my threshold. I think we want to start trying to get this artillery ahead of time. Tier 2s, let's go. Kingdom of Hungary secures Romanian support for rearmament. What do you think we should do here, Marine?
I think we can't influence it a lot. Hungary is not your ally, so...
No, and Romania is.
Bully them.
So follow Romania?
I'd say so.
Yeah, let's follow our allies. Surely they know best. Yugoslavia joins the Little Entente. Brilliant. So we're actually quite a large faction at this point now. So Germany will be up against this. I'm feeling a lot better about our chances of survival.
Hungary must feel very comfortable about their alliance choice right now.
Absolutely. Maybe we should start justifying them, you know, to really make them question it. Protect neutrality. Cooperate with the moderates. Social... Oh, with that. We can guarantee other ideologies. Guarantee Sweden. Oh, Sweden, Netherlands, and Iceland all guarantee Sweden. This one gives off-map civilian factories and gives all of our allies factories. Now, that one I do quite like. That's a lot of free factories. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 factories for one focus. Amazing. Let's do that. Devalued Krona's gone. That's fine. We do have enough equipment to train a couple more units. Let's get them going. We're still short. Artillery, anti-air. We're actually really short on anti-air now. Interesting. Divided Nation is now ready as well. Let's go and put another... Oh, we're still waiting for these factories to be built. I see. Well, we're still building them. We only have 3 factories available for this, unfortunately. Because we're spending 5 of them on the Sudetenland fortification program. Education efforts in Moravia. Let's get that one going. Oh, that's true. Now that we have Austria in our faction and they reject Anschluss, we're probably going to have a fight on our hands a little sooner than I'd kind of hoped. Unfortunately, the resolution on this monitor is such that I can't actually see the bottom of my screen. How many divisions do I... Oh, I have 26. Okay, I need to get rid of 2 of you. Let's put you into the Mountaineers. Let's put you there, because I usually have my infantry on the left. Purple. Mountaineers can be white, because they fight in the snow. And then my motorized mechanized cavalry units are red, because red makes you go faster. Cancel your current orders, and let's put you on a front line. Do I want to put you on an entire front line? Not really. Let's put you on our front line. As much as I believe in my allies' need for defense, I believe in my own need for defense way harder. Cool. So we've finished radio. I think that we get improved radio. That seems reasonable to me. Suboptimal builds need about 2k fighters to contend with the Luftwaffe. I am very limited in how much industry I can get as a small nation. So I'm going to try with anti-air instead. Although actually one thing we probably should try to do is get some regular anti-air built. Let's do 2 of those. Let's get to level 3 in North Sudetenland. Because... Nah, we'll just leave it there. That's fine. Bridging the divide. Nice.
Someone asked if this is the democratic path. The diplomacy here is basically shared between the democratic paths and the communist path. But the
sorry, go on.
The politics we haven't Gareth hasn't done much of yet.
No, that's why I was chuckling. I was like, yeah, this is technically the democratic path, in that I've done one democratic focus.
Exactly.
But on that note, once we've done the increased food and resource imports, I think we probably should start taking a look at some of the political things. Although we also really need to start looking at some of the military. Speaking of which, is it ready time for another live fire exercise? It is. Is it time for some field exercises? Yep, totally. Is it time for recruiting Red Cross veterans? Yeah, definitely. Cool. So that should, once those have all finished, boost our readiness a fair bit. And then you were saying that going with the army would make that a little easier to control. Also, 10% army organization is nothing to sniff at.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it unlocks a few decisions that makes it easier to keep the balance of power quite high.
Yeah, and I think we're getting to that stage where we're going to need this. Improved infantry equipment.
It might also be interesting to show off the decision that gets rid of the balance of power,
Is that
because
in...
there are certain requirements for that, which people might find interesting. It's ready for anything at the top.
Aha. Requires 75% army prepared, more than. Be considered a major country, or a ally is considered a major country. We consider major? Well, apparently we're allied with a major, even though we're not allied with France. That's interesting. We need to have at least 425,000 manpower and divisions. We currently have 330.
It's because you're a faction leader, it automatically makes you a major.
Yes, of course. We need to have deployed at least 200 fighters. I did not actually sell them, so that wouldn't be that difficult. Need to have more than 24 civilian and military factories. That one we're low on. Although civilian we're only 3 away from. More than means 25. Military would be a bit harder. And we need to not have divided nation, agrarian politics, and industrious veto. The veto we've already gotten rid of. And then this will be ready for anything, which gives us entrenchment speed, party popularity, war penalty stability, planning speed, command power gain, land fort repair speed, and cost 150. So yeah, it's quite a nice one to do. Long term cheaper than constantly trying to keep those numbers up with the constant reduction. And we are below the 1 year threshold for the industrial focuses, so we'll start working on those again. Technologies, rather. And we have done all of the production bonuses for our small arms. I think we want bigger boomsticks. So let's focus on those. Isn't the alliance as it was IRL? It just consists of Germany as well as its leader. No comment. Continue armed forces reform program is done. So now I think it's going to be really important for us to restart naval gun production. As much as I really want to do that. No, let's be serious here. Entrenchment speed, plus 5%. That could be good. Recon bonus while entrenched. Recruitable population. Oh, there we go. We can get a navy. Expand the river monitor fleet. Air Force. We don't really have an Air Force. National Defense Act. Requires more than 40% war support. Okay, so we can't really do much over there. Oh no, we can do the State Defense Guard. Ongoing bribery investigations. Oh, that gives us another 5% organization. Defense on core would also be really nice. What do you think, Marine? Should we do more military things or should we go on the political?
I think maybe 1 or 2. I think National Defense Act is quite good once it unlocks, but I think that won't for another moment. I think you could probably get in a bit of maybe 1 or 2 political focuses and then go military.
Okay, which one should we go for? Clearly increasing funding from Moscow.
I think at this point it might be easiest to go Benes faction, just so you don't go do any radical politics stuff just before Germany attacks.
So from a high level, what's the difference between the Benesh faction and the autonomous bloc?
The autonomous bloc gives some regional autonomy, and it also, in that way, allows you to do the Central European Federation, basically, where you integrate more land, because you have already shown that you can handle all the different interests of the regions by giving them autonomy. So basically, you're awarded by giving autonomy by getting to integrate more land. But yeah, I don't think having the temporary debuff now is going to help you.
Okay, so let's give in to the Benesh faction. This is going to give us a political advisor who has military factory construction speed. Disorientated Foreign Affairs Minister. Oh, he loses the penalties. That's good. And also some more army readiness. Yeah. 35 days. Let's go.
I think the expand CSL or something facilities focus on the industry branch is also quite strong, but that notably is one of the focuses that requires you to be on the industry Skoda focus. So that is one of the downsides, or rather limitations, on how you play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't touched Skoda that much. We are still level 4 infantry focus, but that's just because I'm trying to churn out as many guns as I possibly can. And I think it's been working out pretty well for us. Like, we've got a number of divisions. It's so annoying. I can't see the bottom of this screen. 26 infantry divisions at this point. I'm pretty happy with that.
Even more, I think.
Well, that was just infantry. We've also got 4 cavalry, 4 tank, and 2 mountain. But I haven't upgraded those templates at all. And also there, I got the Tenacious Defense upgrade for the Army Spirits. I would really like to have gotten Static Warfare, but we're not going to be able to do that. And oh, yes, we have a unique Army Spirit, Legacy of the Legion, which gives us Winter Attrition Reduction, Cold Acclimatation, Retreating Division Speed, Army Experience from Volunteers, and Winter Specialist Experience gain, which is quite nice. Although I'd also quite like to get Overwhelming Firepower or Elevated Engineer Corps. We don't have railway guns. This is fine. We're gonna stick with the special stuff. And we can do another maintenance effort. And that's going to give us some more army readiness, so I would say let's go ahead. Although that does make it a bit slower to produce defenses. We are halfway through this military factory. I'm getting very nervous, so I'm going to go and boost the AA production to maximum. Okay, so we've given in to the Banesh faction. Where should we go from here?
There might be some focuses that give you some good political advisors.
We do have political power. We could actually hire someone soon. So here we have weekly manpower, recruitable population, fascism support. We've got broad coalition, which gives political power, defensive war stability, resistance speed. King of the castle. Banesh becomes leader of the Democratic Party, gains political power, gains improved relations, loses a bit of stability, and we also get stability back, ideology drift, and then 10% army readiness. Okay, I'm leaning towards that. I think it's time to bring Banesh in. Let's do King of the Castle. So what's this? Oh, you guys can't hear it, so I'm just kind of rubbing in. There's no audio. Sorry. Soon you'll be able to play for yourselves, and then you will have audio. And there are 2 new soundtracks, I believe.
Yes, there are 2 very nice music tracks you can also hear on YouTube. I think it will either now be out or be out any moment as the... Yeah, I think it's out. You can now buy it separately, I see, on Steam. Hang
on. I'm going to wait for confirmation from Paradox colleagues. They usually run some tests and checks in the background before I officially say anything.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay, so we got the King of the Castle. So the readiness has moved up. What readiness do we have now? 43. Hell yeah. Well, I think we can always do with some more. So we could contact Heinlein and be a bit of a traitor. No, that reduces it. Never mind. Or we could continue to lock out the SDP. Political power reduces strength of fascism. That would lead us towards the Bastion of Liberty. We could also rally moderate Sudetenland parties. That also reduces readiness. That gets rid of the Sudetenland quandary. Yeah, we should probably do that one. Gets rid of the penalties in the Sudetenland. Okay, let's continue to lock out the SDP. All right, artillery is there. Hang on. I'm just double checking that I'm not getting any messages. I don't think I am. None that I've seen so far. Nope, so I will continue to monitor my Discord channel.
There's carrot cake stuck in the release button.
In the meantime, we are going to... More AA? Yeah. We'll go ahead of time with the AA as well. And also, we can now start producing the Tier 2 artillery. That sounds like a good plan to me. How are we doing in terms of resources? So we actually have enough artillery now. That's good. AA and support equipment is still struggling a little bit. So let's turn down artillery production and equalize with the others. I'm also going to turn that off, and I'm going to turn that off. And add a bit more to you two. And we are going to go to the Field Marshal and make sure that your maximum trucks... Oh, don't actually have enough for max. Interesting. Our army is bigger than I realized. Okay, the SDP has been locked out. So now I think we rally the moderate Sudetenland parties and then complete the reconciliation. Hang on, are we going to be able to do this? Current days are 0. What does that mean? Oh, we need to not have the divided nation to even do that one. Well, we're going to try and do this one, and then we'll be ready to do the reconciliation. So, I see. We have some more integration efforts to go. So let's go ahead and integrate North Sudetenland, and then after that I think we'll do South. This one gets rid of the division defense on core. Yes, we definitely want that. And then we can do another research. Not those. Yeah, let's do the advanced machine tools. Get that one going as well. More industry. More output, more production. And we can also deploy another group of troops. That sounds like a plan to me. Grab you guys, put you in the Mountaineers. Right, I never actually put you guys anywhere. You can effectively act as a fallback line behind our front line as just in case everything goes horribly, horribly wrong line. Something like this. Fourth International. Number of communist delegates from around the world. Met in Paris today. And then more industry, more production for artillery. And we've almost, in fact, do we have the army experience? We do. Okay, so I think I'm going to grab mission type tactics just for that immediate 15 organization. It is a huge upgrade for infantry defensive armies. We've bridged the divide in the Sudetenland. So I would say let's go ahead and get this southern Sudetenland. So that is all locked in. We can also go up to partial mobilization, but I'm expecting a war to break out relatively soon. Were there any other of these that we want to do? I want to try to keep at least 150 political power so that we can go to war economy when it is time. Fortification engineer might be useful for the fort construction speed, although we're kind of relying on other mechanics for that. Military factory construction speed. Let's get him. And this has also made me realize we need to do some more live firing exercises, some more field exercises, and then also the construct the telephone stations might be useful. And some junior officer recruitment. Let's do that one too. This should, I think, max out our preparation. Okay, so I have just been told by the people in the shadows that it is now available. So if you want to get Peace for Our Time for yourselves, it is now available on Steam. It has been confirmed as live. So I'm going to sign out from here. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. And then once we have signed out, we will switch on the trailer and you can check that out. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit the follow buttons, the subscribe buttons, depending on what platforms you're on, so that you are notified when we are live again in the future with more stuff. I want to say a very big thank you to Marijn for hanging out with us and for the excellent work that you've been doing on this. So thank you, Marijn.
Thank you. I hope the people will enjoy the DLC.
I'm sure they will. I know I have been. And yeah, get Peace for Our Time. It's now available. See you all later. Bye-bye.